Hello, and welcome to the pre-recorded presentation summarizing the New Jersey Clean Energy Program's proposed new construction program. This presentation is designed to summarize the highlights of the proposed program and is meant to support your reading and understanding of the proposed program in the revised fiscal year 24 compliance filing. The new construction program is being proposed as a single program that will replace the existing pay-for-performance new construction, CNI custom and prescriptive new construction, and the residential new construction programs. The proposed program will have a single application, increasing ease for enrollment, and it will offer 3 participation pathways that collectively will serve all residential and non-residential projects. Similar to the pay-for-performance and residential new construction programs, a pre-approved partner network will be assembled. This network will grandfather in existing active pay-for-performance partners and residential new construction raters in good standing. We are excited to propose cooperative marketing to the entire network, no longer restricting this benefit to the residential new construction market. This program was developed with the customers in mind. By providing equitable access through enhanced incentives and increased outreach efforts, we expect to leave customers more satisfied with their experience in hopes to encourage increased repeat business and to drive new participation. We'll talk a little more about the different participation pathways in a few moments. But for now, let's talk about incentives. Incentives are proposed separately for each participation pathway, with the highest incentives being offered to the pathway with the most comprehensive work scope. Proposed incentives will be paid based on the square footage of the participating building in hopes to simplify communication to the potential participants. Like the existing programs, both new construction and major renovation projects meeting certain definition requirements will be eligible to participate in the program. Additional enhanced incentive opportunities are being proposed for residential projects meeting the definition of affordable housing, for non-residential buildings being built in an urban enterprise or opportunity zone, and for industrial high energy intensity buildings. The 3 participation pathways are the high performance pathway, the Streamline pathway, and the bundled pathway. You will notice in the graphic on the right of the page there is a leaf adjacent to the high performance and Streamline pathway names. This leaf indicates that additional greenhouse gas reduction bonus incentives are available. We'll talk more about that incentive in a few slides. The high performance pathway encourages the deepest energy savings of all the proposed pathways, and therefore is expected to have the highest incentive offerings for your customers. It requires taking whole building approach to either exceed code requirements by a prescribed percentage or to earn certification through an approved national certification program referred to as a proxy. This pathway is most similar to the existing pay-for-performance and residential new construction program offerings. This pathway is available for all building types, and the incentives are offered in 3 tiers, which coincide with the method used to determine projected savings or the certification achieved. Projects utilizing the ASHRAE modeling approach or following and achieving LEED or ENERGY STAR certifications and meeting all other new construction program requirements will be in Tier 1. The proposed incentives for Tier 1 are $1 per square foot. Projects following and achieving the Department of Energy Zero Energy Ready Home certification and meeting all other new construction program requirements will be in Tier 2. The proposed incentives for Tier 2 are $1.75 per square foot. And projects following and achieving either the Passive House Institute US or the Passive House Institute certification and meeting all other new construction program requirements will be in Tier 3. The proposed incentives for Tier 3 are $2.50 per square foot. As mentioned earlier, all projects enrolled in the high performance pathway are eligible to earn additional greenhouse gas reduction bonus incentives. This bonus is in addition to the pathway's base incentive, which we just discussed, and ranges from $1 to $2.50 per square foot. The Streamline pathway is also a whole building approach to energy savings, requiring a measure in the envelope, heating, cooling, and lighting end uses. But it provides an easier approach to modeling using the Sketchbox web-based software. This pathway fills the gap between low-cost, simple prescriptive offerings and expensive, complex, high-performance whole building offerings. Partners using this pathway for participation will be granted access to the Sketchbox web-based software. It requires minimal inputs to generate whole building savings potential. We anticipate a 50 to 75% reduction in time and effort than what you experience now to generate a whole building model. This pathway is ideal for smaller and less complex buildings and is only available for select non-residential buildings. To be clear, single-family, multi-single or townhouses, and multifamily buildings are not eligible for this pathway. For buildings meeting the minimum required modeled savings of 5% and meeting all other new construction program requirements, incentives are proposed at 50 cents per square foot. Buildings enrolled in the Streamline pathway are also eligible to earn an additional greenhouse gas reduction bonus incentive. Again, this bonus is in addition to the pathway's base incentive of 50 cents per square foot. The bundled pathway is proposed as a gateway to energy efficiency. For those not willing or able to commit to whole building projects, the bundled pathway offers a prescriptive approach requiring 2 or more eligible measures to participate. The program is proposed to elevate and replace the single measure C&I prescriptive and custom new construction programs and is available only to non-residential buildings. The pathway proposes a separate track for non-residential buildings and for indoor agriculture buildings. The non-residential track uses ASHRAE Addendum AP as a method for calculating savings by assigning points to each eligible measure and requiring a minimum point value for eligibility. The measure point values and minimum point values can all be found in Table 2 and Table 3 in the revised fiscal year 24 compliance filing. The indoor agriculture track will follow the same methodology using prescriptive savings calculations and points, but it will include measures that are specifically associated with indoor agriculture, such as destratification fans, intelligent greenhouse controls, low pressure irrigation regulators, and LED grow lights. For buildings with 2 or more eligible measures that meet the minimum point values and all other new construction program requirements, incentives are proposed at 25 cents per square foot. Buildings participating in the bundled pathway are not eligible for additional greenhouse gas reduction bonus incentives or for any enhanced incentives. The greenhouse gas reduction bonus is a proposed incentive for residential and non-residential projects participating in the streamlined or high-performance pathways. Based on the project's energy savings, equivalent carbon reduction will be calculated using an industry or statewide accepted factor. Bonus incentives will be offered for projects using a tiered incentive approach and will be based on brackets of carbon reduction per 1,000 square feet. Total reductions of 0.7 to less than 1 ton will be eligible for an additional 25 cents per square foot. Reductions of 1 to less than 2 tons will be eligible for 50 cents per square foot. Reduction of 2 to less than 3 tons will be eligible for $1 per square foot. And any project achieving 3 or more tons of carbon reduction will be eligible for $1.50 per square foot. These bonus incentives are in addition to the base and any eligible enhanced incentives. To provide equitable opportunities to new construction projects across the state, enhanced incentives are being proposed for certain eligible projects participating in the streamlined or high-performance pathways. Enhanced incentives are proposed for any residential project meeting the definition of affordable housing, any non-residential project located in an urban enterprise or opportunity zone, and for any industrial high energy intensity use building. These enhanced incentives, again, are in addition to the base incentive and any eligible greenhouse emissions reduction bonus incentive. I know that was a lot to take in. So this slide summarizes the 3 participation pathways proposed: building eligibility, base and enhanced incentives, and greenhouse gas reduction bonuses. Let's run through an example or two. Let's say we have a residential building following the high performance pathway, pursuing passive house certification. That's earning $2.50 per square foot. Let's say this is also considered an affordable housing project, which earns an additional 25 cents per square foot. And then let's assume that it achieves 3 or more tons of carbon reduction. So we'll add another $1.50 per square foot. This building could be eligible for up to $4.25 per square foot as an incentive from the new construction program. Likewise, for a non-residential building pursuing passive house certification, can earn $2.50 per square foot. If the building is also being constructed in an urban enterprise or opportunity zone, you would add that 25 cents enhanced incentive onto that. And let's assume this is also achieving 3 or more tons of carbon reduction. So we add another $1.50 per square foot onto the previous incentives. This building could be eligible for $4.25. If that same project was also in a industrial high energy intensity building, that's another $1 per square foot of enhanced incentives, making that enhanced incentive now $1.25. So it could be eligible for up to $5.25 per square foot. I know this all sounds exciting, and I'm sure everyone wants to know what the timeline looks like. This pre-recorded webinar is being proposed alongside the 2-week public comment period for the revised fiscal year 24 compliance filing. At the end of the 2 weeks, all public comments will be reviewed and considered. This may or may not result in tweaks or changes to the program design. The timing on this is unknown, as it depends on the comments that we receive from you. So we encourage you to take the time to read through the document and provide your comments per the instructions of the press release. We do look forward to hearing from you, even if it's just to say that you love the new design. This process will take some time, but no need to worry because in the meantime, the existing pay-for-performance new construction, C&I new construction, prescriptive and custom, and residential new construction programs will remain open for all new enrollments while we diligently work on the back end, taking all comments into consideration and finalizing the proposed program design. We will continue to keep you updated as things progress. We encourage you to make sure that you're on our listserv so that you'll receive all updates via email, to join the energy efficiency stakeholder meetings, or to attend an upcoming Trade Ally webinar for more details as they become available. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this recording. We hope this has been helpful and it increases your understanding of the proposed new construction program. We look forward to receiving your comments soon. Take care.